You're next in line for the promotion, but they gave it to someone named Steve. You worked there for 5 years. You're always on time, never written up. You've gotten great annual reviews. You've sacrificed so much to be good at your job, and you're great at it, but they gave it to someone named Steve. What do you do next? Steve's someone from the outside. He's come in. You don't know him. Again, you've done everything right. Steve comes in and you sit down with the boss, and the boss turns to you and says, not only did Steve get this promotion, I need you to train Steve. And again, Steve's a man. He's not from the company. He hasn't been there. And now not only did you not get that promotion that you deserve, you have to suffer the indignity of training him for the job that should be yours. So let's talk about what happens next after you didn't get the promotion that you deserve. Let's go to the whiteboard. Number one, you deserve that promotion. Believe in yourself. Don't start doubting yourself just because you didn't get the job you deserve. Your feelings make sense. It's okay to be upset. There's this concept, particularly in America, that professionalism at work means you can't express feelings. That's wrong. That keeps feelings inside. That's negative. Your feelings make sense. Experience them. But you have to know that feelings aren't evidence. Just because this person, Steve, got this job over you and you're upset about it doesn't necessarily mean that it's illegal. So an unfair promotion is not illegal. What makes a promotion illegal is if it's discriminatory on the basis of a protected category like age, race, gender, or nationality. So an example we're talking through where Steve, this man from the outside, got your promotion. Let's think about it. He's younger and he's a man. Well, let's think about that. That could be tied to protected category. Steve could have gotten the job, let's say because he was under 40 and say you were 67. And it could be because women just don't get promoted to that position at your company. It could be that he's a man. So these two things, his age and your age, and his gender and your gender, sex, those relate to protected categories. Those are things to document, and we'll talk about more about what makes it illegal. So let's talk about this situation in more detail. You have what's called a failure to promote claim. And so for a failure to promote claim in the law, what you need is evidence. You need to bring in not just your feelings, you need to bring in something you can prove, and that means evidence. Evidence comes in the form of documents in writing, comes in the form of testimony. So what you want to put in writing are comments that were made on the basis of your age, your gender, your national origin, your skin color, your race, your religion. You want to put in writing a pattern about that protected category, whether you were retaliated against. You want to put this evidence in writing in your own documents, not the company documents, so you can control the evidence so they can't delete it, so they can't lose it. And at the end of the day, a failure to promote situation, you not getting the job that you worked so hard for, comes down to a basic question. Was it just unfair or was it illegal? And the difference in winning, oftentimes, and getting to check that box that says what happened to me was illegal, the difference is whether you have the evidence or not. And that's in your control. So document what you can, put it in writing, so you can later prove that what happened to you was illegal. So we talked about evidence. Let's talk now about what you don't want to do. What you don't want to do is get blamed for an illegal situation that happened to you. But all too often, I see people that get blamed. Here's why. They start grumbling, they start gossiping, they develop a bad attitude about what happened. And I want to be careful here. I'm not saying that you can't be upset about what happened. I'm not saying to not have feelings. What I'm saying is to take those feelings and take what happened to you and turn it into something positive that protects your rights. If you turn it into something negative, Now it becomes about you and your behavior. And the people at the company that aren't your allies, that aren't looking out for you, they're going to write you up. They're going to say that you didn't deserve that promotion, and you're going to, in essence, prevent yourself from proving your claim. So just to sum it up, the grumbling, the gossiping, leave that for the other people. If something illegal happened to you, you want to document evidence and use that evidence to protect your rights. This is so important. I've seen it happen so many times to people that might have a claim, but they become their own worst enemy. So I really want to emphasize this. Ask yourself this question. If I act on anger, where am I in 6 months? Be strategic, be smart. Make the smart move. Calm documentation. Ask for feedback. Track performance. Look for patterns. What's happening to you is wrong, it's illegal, but make the smart move. Be calm, ask yourself where you want to be, and take the steps to protect yourself. So at the end of the day, if you didn't get that promotion that you deserve, here's what you need to do. You need to get facts. You need to document a clear pattern. You need evidence of bias. You need documents. You need writings. And if you've been retaliated against, you need to put that in writing too. Put it in your own documents, not the company's. You've worked too hard. Your friends and your family, they rely on you, but don't just do it for them. Do it for yourself. Do it for everything that you put in. So if you're not sure about what happened to you, call a lawyer. It doesn't have to be us. Here at Punchwork, we'd love to talk to you. We have free consultations, but you've worked too hard. It's your life. It's your time. It's your money. Stand up for yourself. Learn more about your rights. At the end of the day, what's happening to you is probably painful and unfair. But the difference in being able to prove a claim and prove that what's happening to you is illegal is whether you have specific facts. And to get specific facts, you need to put them in writing. You need to document them. You need to get evidence. And if you have that evidence, talk to us. We can work through it with you.